All right. My opening hand is pretty good, and I was lucky enough to win the dice roll, so I will elect to play.
My hand is pretty good as well. We'll see how it turns out.
All right, so I have the option of leading with either of these two on turn 1, and I'm actually going to lead with the Tranquil Cove because I don't know exactly what I'm looking for yet, so I'll go to 21.
Okay. Let's draw. Interesting. Go ahead.
All right, I will draw, and here I'll just play a Hero of Iroas and ship it back.
Yeah, this could get nasty for me, not for you. You're going to be in good shape. I'm going to play a Seeker. That way if he starts attacking me, I can maybe gain some of that life back.
All right, so here... Here I'm just going to cast a Stratus Walk on this.
Okie dokie.
And draw a card. And that way if I had drawn an island I could do some other stuff, but I didn't, so just crash for 3.
17 to 21.
And then I'm just going to play another Hero of Iroas. Here we go.
All right. Huh. That was a good draw, I guess. Not really sure what to do with it. Alright, well, I think this is the best use of my turn in mana, so we're going to go 16, Hordling, and then stoke that guy.
Okay.
Make 3 goblins. And sure go.
Alright, draw. Well, that was not what we wanted to draw, so I'll scry and quickly scry that to the bottom, since we do not need that. Here I'm just going to cast an Ordeal of Thassa and then attack.
Okay, take 4 down to 12.
And you're up.
Alright, I think we can probably race just this quite easily. Let's see. I think this is really weird. Like, I want to get Monastery Mentor into play because he doesn't have that much removal, but at the same time, I want to try to put a lot of pressure on him. So I think the best way to do that is to play Jeskai Ascendancy, trigger this, go to 11, and then I'll declare text for 6. Put you. Mike can hold one guy back. I don't think it's worth holding the guy back though.
15 to 14.
Yep. And sure go.
All right. Now hopefully we actually draw some action here. All right, that's not bad. Maybe. Well, first things first, we're just going to attack and draw 2 cards and see what happens from that. All right, those are both really bad. All right, take 5.
I'm at 9.
So I guess here we just have to play another Temple and Scry, put another land on the bottom, and I'm just going to play 2 Battle-Wise Hoplites.
Okie doke.
And send it back to you.
This would be a prime time to draw Valor Stance, if I do say so myself. Nope. Alright, I'm going to take another point down to 8. Play a Jeskai Ascendancy, trigger both of these. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I should do that post-combat. No. Alright, I'll draw a card.
Yep.
I will discard a Jeskai Sage, since I don't think I'm going to be casting that anytime soon. Let's see, I'm going to go up to 12. I think I can hold back. I'm definitely going to attack with this. I might want to hold back more creatures, though. Hold back 2, I guess. Attack
Right.
for 6. Put you to 9. I'll gain 4 up to 12.
Yep.
And hope I ain't dead.
All right. Go ahead and draw. All right, here. I am going to attack with these 2.
Alright, move to blocks.
Sure.
I will jump here and take 2.
Okay, you get a 10. And I will pass the turn.
Alright, awkwardly now, any spell I cast is going to make this a 4-4, or a 5-5 actually, so it's going to die to Valor stance. So I can't rely on that necessarily to gain me life anymore. I also noticed that during his upkeep last turn, he paused before drawing, which leads me to believe he has a God's Willing in hand. So I'm assuming his hand is God's Willing, Valor, Stance, and something else, but I am not positive, obviously. So, all right. Well, I think the best course of action is to just cast another Hordling Outburst.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to 9. Trigger both of these, and the Seeker, draw the first one.
Sure.
Discard a Battlefield Forge, draw the second one. Discard a Temple of Enlightenment, resolve this, and declare attacks.
Okay.
Attack for 5, and then these are 3s.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and Valorous Stance your Seeker. And I guess I'll take 6.
Right,
Not
3, and there's a very reasonable chance that we're dead next turn. Let's just hope that we aren't. Here you go.
Alright, well, I'm going to need to chain off some spells this turn, so let's hopefully that happens. Draw. And we'll attack.
Declare blocks.
Sure.
Just block here, take 4.
Okay,
Go to 5.
go.
I'm not really sure what he could have. I guess we'll play it relatively safe anyway. We'll start with a Treasure Cruise for full.
Yeah, I'm dead. I just
Okay.
have land and a stance. So.
Okay.
Alright, we are here for game number 2, and my opening 7 was one of the loosest 7s I've ever seen, as it
So
was.
very close to keepable is what you're saying?
Yeah, it was 1 land, my only creature cost 3 mana, and that was about it. So this hand is much better, so yeah, I like this one a lot more, and we're going to keep this.
My hand is going to deal me a lot of damage, but hopefully not enough to lose the game, and it's very good, so we're going to keep it.
Alright, so here I have the option of doing this or doing this to set up for this. And I'm honestly not sure what's better because I haven't really played this deck that much, but I'm actually just going to lead with this, and depending on what we draw, that could be better for us. So
Okay, go.
And it wasn't, but we will crash for 1.
19 to 20.
And I will scry. And I'm going to bottom that because that's not really exactly what I'm looking for right now.
Done?
Yep.
Go.
Alright. Here I think I'm just going to hit for 1 again, or attempt to.
Well, I think I want Brian to start using some of his cards out of his hand, but I mean, if he just has a Defiant Strike, that's pretty gross. And I think I want to keep these around, so I'm just going to take it.
Okay.
18.
Get 1. And I will then go ahead and play a Seeker of the Way. You're up. Yep.
I'll go to 17. Make a raise.
The alarm has been raised.
Alright. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to take another one down to 16 and play a Monastery Mentor and see what happens. And it's probably going to be me dying, but I don't know yet. This is really awkward.
Alright, let's see here. How do I want to do this? think I'm going to Stratus Walk my favorite hoplites. Trigger the prowess on this.
Okie dokie.
Draw a card. And then go to combat and attack.
I'll take 5.
Yep.
11 to 20.
Should be at 23.
Or sorry, 23, yeah.
And I will pass turn. His favorite hoplite's gonna have to do some real dirty work.
Alright. Not yet. Sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna take 2 damage. Start off with a Stoke the Flames, targeting this, trigger this.
Alright, I am going to respond with a God's Willing.
I'll let the trigger resolve, and then I'm going to Valor Stance it.
Okay.
Triggering my guy again. I'm going to take a lot of damage from my stuff, though. Let me figure out. Red, fetch. So I take 3 total, down to 8. Get another token. Mentor's a 4/4. And then I'll attack for 4.
19.
And that's your go.
Alright, well, we don't really have any options here, so Ordeal of Heliod.
Okay.
Trigger Prowess. I mean, like, if he has another Stoke or something, it's really bad, but I don't think I'm beating that anyway, so. Ordeal of Thassa, Trigger Prowess, and 2 counters on it.
And I will chump block just to save some life, even though I'm losing a good token, which kind of stinks. But
Go to 25.
25, and I'm 4, 5, 6. Yep. All
Go.
right. Well, we don't have it yet, but I would love to draw a removal spell. Love it. I will take 1 down to 7, cast an Ascendancy, trigger Mentor, trigger these. I will attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. So I don't really want to chump with the token, so I think I'm going to try to hold back a soldier.
Okay, I got a 19.
And here you go.
Okay, draw. Alright, combat.
Sure.
Alright, let's go. I will trigger the draw one first.
Just do both.
Okay.
That's fine.
Alright, draw 2, and then gain 10.
Alright, so 29 to 7. I will declare a block.
Okay.
I'll block.
Sure.
Alright, no life gain.
Alright, and I think I just play a Monastery Mentor and pass the turn.
Alright, Dueling Mentors. Basically dead at any point if Brian draws a Stratus Walk, Aqueous Form, or God's Willing, assuming I don't draw a removal spell to play in response to the God's Willing. Alright. Take 1, go to 6, trigger all this junk.
Okay, how are you ordering all that stuff?
Monastery token on top, Jeskai Ascendancy, pump, and then loot on top of that, I guess.
Alright, so what happens first is the loot then?
This resolves first, then
Okay.
the loot, then the pump.
Okay, sure.
Alright, so token, loot. Keep discarding this Jeskai Sage, I guess that's all it's good for. And then pump all my guys.
Yep.
So this is a 4, these are 3s.
Yep.
This is a 2.
2.
And this is a 1.
Well, that's actually a... No, yeah, it's actually a 2, but it doesn't
Oh,
matter,
you're right. Yeah,
because it
it is
can't
a 2.
attack, so yeah.
Yep. Alright. I'm assuming my mentor's gonna die. This is a 2, so I guess I'll just battle for 6.
Okay, I'll take 6. Or inside of combat. Yeah, I'll no blocks. I'll take 6 down to 23.
Yep.
But during the end of combat step, I'll Valor Stance that guy.
As assumed. And here we go.
Alright, let's draw some gas.
Please don't.
I didn't. Alright, he could have like a stoke here, which would be good for him and bad for me. But I am just going to battle with my entire team.
So I'm at 6. I will just block here and here.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take 2 down to 4.
Yep.
Token trades. Token dies.
I'm going to play a Monastery Mentor, Battle-Wise Hoplite, and say go.
Oh man, we're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble.
I'm on the any spell would be great plan. I'm on the don't draw treasure cruise plan.
Well, I already have the cruise. I desperately need blockers. I guess I'll just start with a cruise. Loot first.
Sure.
Removing 6. That was pretty good. Discard this, draw 3.
You're not going to...
Pump these.
Okay. You could have looted a second time if you wanted to, I don't know.
Oh, no, I didn't want to discard that card.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so those are guys are 4/4s?
They should get +3 each time. I will attack with my guys.
Alright, I don't think there's any value in blocking here, so I'll
Alright.
take it.
Before damage, I will give all my guys +1/+1 in lifelink, taking 1 down to 3.
Yep.
So they get pumped 4 times. Now they're 8/8s, I think. Or yeah, they were 4s. Now they're 8s. So loot twice. Discard a Chivalry. Loot a second time. Discard this, and I'll deal you 16, and I'll gain 16.
So 7 and 19.
I really wanted to put this on top, but I desperately needed to gain the life, so I will say go.
Alright, spell. Spell.
No. Don't do it.
Well, it was a spell.
Uh-oh.
It was a good one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm gonna Ordeal of Thassa this.
Alright.
Trigger both of these. And I will go to combat and attack with everything. Sacrifice this and draw 2.
So 7, 8.
So this is,
11,
well, this is actually 8. 'cause of-
8, 11, 14, 16. So any spell kills me if I don't block. I'm basically mostly dead anyway. I will not block.
Alright, so 8, 14, 16. So you go to 3, and I gain 8 to 15.
Yep.
I'm gonna play my favorite hoplite, the favored hoplite. You're up.
Alright. Start with a draw. Alright, we'll start with a... Oh, maybe that's not right. I'll go to 2, go to planes. Good thing is I know that his last card is not Valor, Stance, or God's Willing, so a removal spell or something would be quite good. I will play, let's see, so I'm at 2 to 15.
Yep.
I will pay 2 for a treasure cruise and loot twice.
Okay.
Loot once, discard another Ascendancy, loot a second. Actually, I don't think I want to loot the second time. Yeah, I do. Whatever. Man, this is tough. Alright, discard treasure cruise. I'll draw 3 cards from the initial treasure cruise. Alright, so these are 4/4s.
Yep.
I'll attack for 8.
Alright, I'll block.
Sure, pass.
Pass.
Alright, I will play a Seeker. I'll go to 1 and play a Hordling Outburst. Untap these. And trigger this. 1, 2, and sure go.
Good. God's Willing would be a delight.
No! Don't do it. Well, I have red and white, so I don't know.
That's true.
True dat.
Alright, so... Alright. I don't want to get blown out by... If he has a Stoke here, so I'm gonna Ordeal of Thassa this thing.
Okay.
Or, well, it doesn't get the counter, but... And then I'm going to Ordeal of Heliod that thing as well. I could have done that on the Battlewise Hoplite, but if he has...
A Stoke.
Yeah, so I get 4 of these things. This is another one. Sweet.
I guess we're running low, yeah.
Yeah, we're running low. Alright, so I get 4 of these things, and these guys get very big. And I will...
Oh, they're just 4/4s, right? They each get...
Yeah, they're 4/4s. I'll go to combat.
Okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and attack. And then this thing's a 3/3 as well, that one of these is able to attack.
Okay.
I will go ahead and attack with everything, and... Alright, 6. Draw 2 cards. And then crack this and gain 10.
25 to 2.
I have you at 1.
Or 1, sorry.
Yeah,
you're right.
25 to 1.
Alright, let's see if we can get out of this. Alright, so... start with a goblin here.
Yep.
We'll do 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here, I think. Yeah, that way I can only lose 1 of these tokens instead of you being able to kill both of these. And then I will stoke the flames, this one.
Okay.
Which will untap my guys, triggering prowess and both of my ascendancy loots. 1, 2, discard.
Alright, so one of these dies,
Yep.
and one of your goblins is dead. This thing dies,
Alright,
these
so
guys
I
die.
take 0 and gain 5 up to 6.
And I gain 8, 9, 10 up to 35.
Yep. Alright.
Go.
This is a sweet game.
That's probably a loose attack, but whatever.
Goosey Lucy. Alright, let's move all this, clean this up a little bit. Draw for turn.
Alright, do you even have, like, what do you have left at this point?
I don't know.
Alright, I guess you have a couple
I
more
have
Stokes.
2 Stokes left.
1 cruise, 0 ascendancies.
Yeah. 1 more Jeskai Charm. 2 more Valor Stance. 3 Raise the Alarm left. But we're going to lead off with a Monastery Mentor. Then we're going to play a... Maybe I should attack first. No, I don't need to. Alright, I'm going to take 1 down to 5, cast a Hordling, and loot twice.
Okay.
And trigger the Mentor. So these have Summoning Sickness. Draw 1. Discard. Draw 2. Discard. So this gets to a 5/5. I will attack for 4, 9, 12.
Okay.
Alright, so you take 12 down to 23. I will gain 5 up to 10.
Yep.
And I got these blockers back, and sure go.
All right, I'll fetch to 22.
$22 to 10. Brick City one more time, baby.
All right. Something sweet. That's a good draw, but I have to figure out how to use it. I think I main phase it in case I draw something good off of it. So Defiant Strike this guy.
Yep. That's a good
Draw.
one.
Alright, now I think I go to attacks. We'll send everything.
Alright, so I'm at 10, so I can afford to take a hit from 3 of these, I believe. So 1, 2. So he can, if he double spells, I'm dead. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. But I might not be able to cast a spell if it costs double red. So how many Hordling Outbursts I got left? 1, 2, 3 are gone. 3 are gone. So I got 1 double red spell left that matters for that. I will block like that and hope that I don't die.
Okay, I gain 10
Yep.
to 33, and you take 6 down to 4.
These two got one stack.
Alright, go. Now I have to hope that I'm not dead.
Yeah,
Probably am, but
you are not yet. All I have is another mentor in hand. Alright, I'll go to 3. I'm going to do the same thing I did last turn. Mentor plus Outburst. I'm not going to loot. I am going to create 2 tokens for these guys. I guess we'll just use backwards thingies.
sure.
I'm taking 1. So at 3.
Yep.
These will be... I'm losing track of a lot of stuff right now. This is really difficult to keep track of everything. Alright, so these all have Summoning Sickness.
So do these.
Yep.
That's all. Yep.
Alright.
These guys are 4/4s. This is a 5/5.
Yeah, 4, 5, 5,
3.
3. Alright, so attack with these. So, 4 8s plus 5 is 13 plus 5 is...
16, 19, 24.
Alright, 24, you're at 9?
Yep.
And I gain 5 up to 8.
Yep.
And go.
Alright, I'll fetch down to 8. I'll take a Stratus Walk for one time Stratus Walk.
Well,
or
yeah,
Aqueous 4.
Yeah, you have a hard 3 outer to kill me, and a bunch of redraws with a Defiant Strike.
Even an Ordeal would be fine. I'll take anything, baby. 1. Alright, we're on redraw. Redraw time. I'll Defiant
Alright.
Strike this. And draw. Alright, so you're at 8. I'm at 9. But I'm going to be gaining at minimum. Gaining a lot of life this turn. Okay, I'll go to attacks and attack.
Alright, declare blocks.
Sure.
Alright, block here. I'm just move these out of the way. So these are 2s. So I'll just make sure I don't die and block like this. I'm taking this one.
Okay, so you're gonna go to 6.
Yep.
I'm gonna gain 10
again. Yeah, up to 18 to 6, and then
should be 19. Oh, was that? Oh, I fetched. You're right. Yeah, 18 to 6.
All right.
I'm gonna cast a Battle-Wise Hoplites.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
All right. How about a Stoke the Flames one-time dealer? One-time dealer.
How about a land?
Attack with everybody.
It's probably Stoke the Flames. I guess I will block.
So these are the mentors. These are the mentor tokens. And these are the other things.
I mean, I guess I'll block Seeker.
All right. I actually haven't done the math on this, but I should raise the alarm. So I think this is 5, 10. I think that's
Yeah, more than enough.
more than
I'm
enough.
dead.
Okay.
I have a land. So.
Cool. That was insane.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start since mine's short and sweet. Ephemeral Shield doesn't do anything in this matchup. Jeskai Sage seems pretty lackluster in general, not even necessarily in this matchup. So we're going to trim those, bring in a couple more glares to help fight off his creatures, and 2 in hostilities to hopefully sweep the board if things get a little too hairy.
All right. Well, Valor Stance is not very good against his deck because his removal is things like Jeskai Charm or Glare of Heresy or the like. So it's plus it doesn't actually kill any of his creatures outside of situations where he's probably winning anyway because he's got a 4-power guy from Jeskai 17 and things like that. So I'm gonna cut the stances and I'm gonna cut all my things that target creatures that don't draw me cards because I feel like at least in these post-board games it might get very attrition-y. And I want to make sure that I'm drawing a steady stream of cards. I'm going to cut 1 Seeker because it's probably my worst creature, and I'm going to bring in a bunch of Glare so that I can get rid of his Mentors and Ascendancies and Seeker the Ways, basically his best cards against me.
Mm-hmm.
Some Stubborn Denials so that I can counter his his removal is again things that don't care about indestructibility, so I want to still be able to counter those.
Yep.
And a couple of Treasure Crews to refuel for games that go long.
Yeah, Denial is actually just insane in this matchup anyway, though, because half of my creatures are spells.
Yeah,
and sometimes just hitting a Stubborn Denial on my Hordling Outburst is good enough.
Yeah, and a lot of times, even if I don't have Ferocious, you're still just tapping out for them.
Yeah.
So. All right, this hand looks pretty decent, so I'll go ahead and keep it. But
yeah, my hand is a little mana heavy, but it has 2 really good cards in the matchup, so hopefully we'll get there.
All right, I'm gonna lead with this time because my hand is really awkward. If I lead with this, I basically have to waste my next turn doing nothing. So let's go ahead and lead with this, and I'm definitely gonna bottom another one of those because that is not at all.
All right.
What I want to do.
I don't need blue for anything on 2, so we're gonna play the Skyland over the Monastery. I don't really need another land, so we'll put it on bottom.
All right, so here I am just going to play a Battle-Wise Hoplite and say go.
All right, go.
Go. And all right, I'll attack for 2.
Yep, 18 to 20.
I'll play a favorite Hoplite and I'll gain a life. I'm
Yep.
at 21. You're up.
And I don't assume that this is going to survive, but I'm going to go ahead and play a Monastery Mentor and try to get things rolling with that guy if possible.
Alright, we will draw a card. I am going to Stratus Walk this.
Okie doke.
So I will scry first. I want to keep this, and then I'll draw it. So, and I'll attack.
I will not block.
Alright, so you go to 15.
Yep.
Go.
Actually, I was at 18, so I should be taking 4, right? So I should be at 14.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, go.
Well, Mentor surviving is a delight.
If I can't do basic combat math, how will I ever survive this matchup? Jeez.
All right. Well, man, that was a good draw, I think. Not really sure what to do now that I drew this. I had this plan all set up and everything. All right, I will just cast a Hordling Outburst, trigger this.
Yeah, I may have response.
Sure.
Alright. In response to that, I am going to God's Willing Battlewise Hoplite. And Scry. And I don't think that I want this, because I already have plenty of creatures, so I'm going to bottom that. And then I Scry from the God's Willing as well.
Yep.
And I don't want that either for the same reason, so I'll bottom that. I'll choose red, and then I'll Stubborn Denial the Outburst.
Yeah. Results. Because this is now 4/4. I'll
Yep.
attack for 3.
Alright, I take 3 down to 18.
And sure go.
Alright. Come on. Gas. Alright, that was pretty good, actually. I will go ahead and Glare of Heresy your Mentor.
Alright, he's down.
Attack for 5.
I'll take 5 down to 9.
Play another Favorite Hoplite. Go.
Okay. I'll play Portly Outburst.
Okay.
Make 3 tokens. Oh, sorry, wrong ones.
God, I hope you're not
That
making
would be
those.
sweet.
Jeez.
Alright. I will pass turn.
Okay.
On your upkeep, I will Valor Stance this guy.
Alright, I will Stubborn Denial it.
Alright, I will stoke it.
Good.
Here you go. Yep. 7 to 18.
Go.
And just the one card.
Yep. Actually, I'm gonna leave 1 back.
Okay,
That
sorry.
seems better.
I'm at 8.
That way it dissuades you from attacking.
Sure. Treasure Cruise, exiling 3 things.
Sure.
Trigger this, draw 3. Play this tapped. And pass.
I kind of feel like he has a Stoke the Flames, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna say go.
Alright, untap, draw, play a Monastery Mentor,
Okay.
play another Monastery Mentor, and say go.
Go.
Alright, end of turn, I'll convoke a bunch of guys, and I'll stoke the Battlewise Hoplite and trigger this.
Alright, I'll God's Willing it.
Okay.
So I Scry bottom, and then Scry from God's Willing. And keep that on top.
Okay. Untap. Draw for turn. I will fetch down to 7.
Okay.
You bottom both.
I topped the last one.
Okay. Cut.
Fine.
Alright, I'll cast Treasure Cruise.
Okay.
And I'll trigger these. 2 summon extra tokens. Draw 3. I'll play Jeskai Sensi. 2 more tokens.
I think we're out of tokens. Yep.
Yeah, we are. So these have Summoning Sickness. These are 4s. These are 3s, I believe.
Yep.
I will attack for 4 8. Plus 9 is 17.
I'll go to 1.
Here you go.
Alright. Not sure how I win this game, but I think, let's see. We're at 7, so this would be 4, 5. Alright. I know what I can do to win.
Defiant Strike into...
I need to... Alright. Ordeal of Thassavis.
Sure.
Scry.
Do you need to hit double God's Willing?
I think
Off of the
so.
draw too?
This is interesting. I think that I keep this card, but it doesn't... I don't think it hurts or helps me. in my quest to... No, this actually helps me, so yeah. I will keep this card.
Well, it's still on top.
Yeah, it's still on top of my deck.
Yeah.
Alright, let's attack. I guess I'll attack. It doesn't matter. I'll attack with everything. I'm dead either way.
Okay.
Alright, draw 2. 1, 2. Defiant strike this.
Okay.
Scry. Bottom. Draw. I'll Glare of Heresy or Just Guy Ascendancy. And then pass priority.
Alright, I'll block.
Alright, I'm dead. Alright, this is a really awkward hand, but I think that I have to keep it, so I'll keep.
Yeah, I'm on the draw here. I only have 2 lands, but hopefully we can draw a couple in the next few draws. Otherwise, we're going to get run over.
Go.
Okay, go.
Take 1, Battle-wise, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and kill that now with a glare while he's tapped out. And I will fetch for planes.
Okay.
19 all.
Go.
How fortuitous. Draw. It's a little bit awkward. Actually, just gonna play this scry. I guess we can put this on bottom. Yeah, sure, go.
Go.
Play this tapped, play a Hordling Outburst, and sure go.
I'll counter it.
Alright, here we go.
At 18.
Tilt. Could have played around it.
Alright. Fetch 17, then 16. Cast this.
Alright, 16 and 19.
Go.
Interesting turn of events here. Alright, this is probably not the best play, but he didn't have any more 2-drops, and I'm kind of hoping he just doesn't have another mentor. But I'm going to just cast another in hostilities.
Sure.
Or cast an in hostilities.
Okay.
Yeah, sure go.
Go.
That's real good for us. So I'm at 18, you're at 16, right?
Yep.
Drop. I will play a Monastery Mentor. And a Just Guy Ascendancy and trigger this.
Sure.
Go.
I'm gonna Defiant Strike your guy.
Sure.
Draw. I'll take 1 at 15 and Treasure Cruise.
Okie doke.
And I'll discard God's Willing. Go.
Draw. I'll start with raise the alarm,
Okay.
trigger this. Yep. I'll play a Seeker. And I'll attack for 7.
I'm at 8.
And here we go.
Alright, I think we still have a chance if I draw a land here and his hand is not a spell. Well, that was the wrong land to draw, but... Alright, I will cast a Monastery Mentor.
That will result.
Defiant Strike my Mentor.
I will stoke it in response.
Alright.
And I'll go ahead and loot just to fill my graveyard up. Trigger this, get a token.
Alright, I'm dead.
Okay.
Alright, I'm on a mulligan to 6, and this hand is pretty good, but we definitely need to hit another land. So
My end is par for the course. Not a lot of removal though, so hopefully we draw some of that.
go.
All right. Well, we drew Skyland, so we'll go ahead and start off with that and dig for some removal. We don't need that land. Put on bottom.
All right, I'm just gonna play a hero and say go.
Alright, I'll play a Seeker and sure go.
All right, so here, let's see what we draw. I think I'm gonna fire off a Defiant Strike on this guy while I have a chance. Draw. And I'll fire up another Defiant Strike in the case we draw what we're looking for. And I'll attack.
Alright, 14,
Yep.
6.
Go. Which we did not draw anything very good, but I think that was our best shot, was to try to hit.
I'll just attack for 2 and then play a Monastery Mentor.
Alright, I'm at 18.
And sure go. I could very easily just die to the hero if he draws a blue land that comes and play untapped.
That's frustrating. Alright, attack for 4.
Yep, I go to 10.
I don't think there's... Like, I think we're better off just playing something here. So I'll play Seeker and say go.
Alright, draw. I will attack both.
No blocks.
Alright, just take 4. 14.
14 to... What are you at, 10?
And then I'll play another Seeker and pass turn.
Alright. Tap and draw. What's a tilt? I'll attack.
I'll go to 9 and I'll play a Raise the Alarm, trigger this, trigger this. Make 2 soldiers. Regular soldier, chump, Seeker will block.
Okay, oh, God's willing this thing. Protection from whites.
I'll gain 0.
Scry.
You'll gain 3.
Yeah, I'll go to 17. All right, this is an interesting one because it's good, but it doesn't. So you're
9 to 17.
I actually think that I have to bottom this, as awkward as that is, because I just need to draw a blue source. So I'm gonna bottom that, play a hero, and say go.
All right. Not what we needed to draw. I will attack with these 2.
No blocks.
So you take 4 down to 13.
Yep.
I'll play a Monastery and say go.
All right. Draw. Combat.
Yep.
Everything.
I will declare blocks. I'll block here and take 4.
Okay. You're at 5. Go ahead.
Draw. I'll try to cast Treasure Cruise.
Sure.
Triggering both guys. Or all 3 guys.
Yep.
Draw 3. I think I just have to attack with only Seeker, because if he has another God's Willing, he can prevent me from gaining life. And then I block here and here, and I'm dead to like any spell, so I'll just attack for 3, I guess.
All right. 10 to 12.
I was at 5. I should go up to 8.
Oh yeah, you're at 5. Sorry. Yeah.
And you were 13 to 10.
10 to 8. Yep.
And I sure go.
All right. Draw. And so you're at 8. 6, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we'll send everything.
Start with that.
Actually, I'll leave this back. I'll send just these 3.
Alright.
We'll try that.
Alright, I'll just block here then, I guess.
Okay.
Take 4 down to 4.
Yep. It's a little awkward leaving that guy back because it just shows that we don't have a spell, but at the same time, I can't just throw him away for no value. So, go.
At that point, I think I just have to call the bluff with the Mentor on the block there.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, draw. Man, I wish I could draw a cheap spell. Alright, I'll fetch to 3 and cast on the Treasure Cruise.
Yep.
Guess there's no reason to leave any open mana. Don't have any 1-drops, and none of my guys are red, so I can't stoke the flames. So we'll leave the other crews in the yard for that. Trigger these, make a token. Draw 3. I've already played a land, so again I'll just attack for 3 and gain 3.
7 to 6.
Yep. Yeah, sure go.
All right. How about a magic card island?
Don't do it.
All right. So you're at 6. Attack.
Block.
Okay. Take 2.
Yep. 4 to 7.
Yep. Go.
Okay. Guess hope that this works. And white. I guess I go to 3 either way, so I might as well fetch the plains. I'm gonna do that. Alright, fetch, go to 3, play 2 mentors, and then try to glare this guy and make a bunch of tokens and attack for 6.
Okay. So you go to 1. I go to.
Maybe that's.
I go to 1. You go to 6.
Yeah, I guess that's fine because it turns off all of his fetch lands, so I don't die to the a Flutter Strand off the top. So, all right, make 3 blockers, tap all these, and you're 1. Go.
All right. How about an actual island? Nope. All right. That's game. I'm dead.
It's like 5 blue spells.
6. Yeah.
Yep.
Tilt.
I don't know what to say, man. I guess Heliod's Pilgrim is way better in that deck than you thought. Otherwise, you probably would have won more.
I don't actually think that's true
I
at
know.
all. Like actually the games where I had Mentor, he was actually really good. It was just that you had multiple mentors in the same game.
Yeah.
So like that one game I made like 6 to 10 tokens off my Mentor, and if you didn't have your own mentors or if I drew a removal spell for your mentors, then I probably would have been able to overwhelm you pretty easily. But
Yeah.
I don't think I was in that game without Mentor. But
That's certainly true. I felt like I did have to draw incredibly well that game off of my loots on my Jeskai Tendencies. Basically, there was a turn where I had to hit Hordeling Outburst and Stoke the Flames off of my loot draw 3. And if I didn't do that, then I would have been like dead on the attack. But I don't know. Jeskai Ascendancy, still just an absurd magic card. Treasure Cruise, still just an absurd magic card. But this deck felt really good. The cards I'm unsure about specifically, we didn't get to see Ephemeral Shields because it didn't really do anything, and we sided it out in this matchup. And Jeskai Sage, I think that was, yeah, Jeskai Sage did not, I drew it like twice and I just looted it away twice because it just didn't feel like it did much.
Yep.
So I think I might just be wrong on that card being decent, so.
I mean, Valor Stance, like, this is a really bad matchup for it, so it's hard for me to say whether or not
Oh, it was great on my side.
Yeah, yeah, it was great for you. It was really bad for me, and I don't know, like, you know, I guess if Jeskai is a really popular deck, maybe you can't main deck it, or main deck 4 of them. Maybe you just want to play, like, 2 of them or something.
Yeah, you might just, like, split it with Feat of Resistance, like the older versions.
Yeah, I like the Monastery Mentor.
Yeah, I know. I love them. The only thing I would want to change, I think, is if you read my article last week, I talked about Heroic, and in order to make Monastery Mentor good in that style of deck, you need a lot of cards that actually draw cards, which was why I pushed up to 4 copies of Stratus Walk.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's correct. I felt like in order to just, like, keep the gas pedal, you know, the foot on the gas pedal, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically you just want to draw a bunch of cards when you have Monastery Mentor. I think he's unbelievably good in a Treasure Cruise, Jeskai Ascendancy deck. He's probably still very good in other decks. We will see him in a lot of different strategies.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I think that. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I should probably have no Aqueous forms and just 4 Stratus Walks, and just try to draw. Like, and that's basically how I sideboarded. I sided into, like, I cut all my things that didn't draw cards, and I brought in all this stuff that did. Didn't really affect anything because I didn't really have any games where I was like had a mentor and was chaining spells, but I think it's a better way to approach the card.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be all for me and Brian today. Next week's Versus videos will contain real Fate Reforged cards.
Instead of proxies.
And we're all thankful for that.
Yep.
But yeah, there should be 2 more Versus videos later in the week with Brad Nelson splitting it up between the 2 of us. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.